In this video, we're going to show you how to change the look and layout of your website in the template designer. First, I need to point out that your website has four main components: the menu bar, the header, the actual page, and the footer. Now, the menu bar, the header, and the footer will remain consistent no matter what page you are on. So if I go to a different page, the only thing that changes is the actual page. Your menu bar and header and footer are all still the same. Okay, let's click the Template Designer button in the toolbar. The first option is to show your menu bar, and in most cases the answer is yes, because that's how people get to the different pages. Then we have the option to show the header and footer. By default, we set up a standard example of a footer for you. And you can change what's in here to anything you want, or you may choose not to have a footer at all. So we allow you to turn that off. And maybe you want a different header for each page. In that case, you would turn off the header and just place a different image or logo or whatever at the top of each page. Okay, now we're going to switch to using a scrolling website for the remainder of this tutorial. So you will not see the header and footer options, but everything else will be the same. Okay, here we go. Now in this middle area is where you set the color scheme of your website. Each box covers a different aspect of your site. The first one is for your basic page colors, the background color of your site, the font color, and the link colors. The next one allows you to preset some font colors for quick access in the editor, and we'll cover that in the next video. You can also preset some table background colors and the color scheme of your forms. Below that, you have 6 different button color schemes that you can set. The first one also controls your menu bar colors. The second one also controls the form button colors, and then 4 additional ones. And if we look at our web page, we see these colors in action. You see the 6 buttons. The menu bar is the same as button 1, and the form button is the same as button 2. Let's go back. Now if you click on the color box, you get a color picker. Here you can change the hue of the color you want. And then choose the shade of that color. When you get the exact color you want, just click anywhere outside of the color picker to close it and set that color. And when you do, it takes effect immediately on the sample button above. And this button is a representation of what your button and menu bar will look like based on the color selected. So let's change them and see what happens. As you can see, it reacts according to the colors you selected. Now if you like the changes you made, you can go up here and click Save Changes. And then you click Show Changes to reload the web page and see the changes you made. And there you have it. Now obviously you're not going to select some crazy colors like that, but there's really no limitations. Now if you make some changes to a color, and you don't like what you did, you can click the Undo button in each box and it will return back to the way it was. But if I click the Undo button for the menu bar, nothing happens. That's because I already saved those changes and closed the template designer, so there's nothing to undo. But if I make a change now, I can undo it until I leave the template designer. The Undo button will only undo any changes that were made since the window was opened. Now these 3 areas don't have a sample area at the top because they are a little bit different. For table background colors and custom font colors, what you're actually setting is default colors that will show up in the color picker palette for those objects. And we'll cover that in the other videos. And form colors affect the contact form and email list form. And over here on the right side, we have some pre-designed color schemes to choose from. Now when you click on one of them, it reloads the template designer and fills in all the boxes with those preset colors. And when you find a template you like, we can click Save Changes to apply it to our website. Or maybe you like one of the color schemes, but you want to tweak it a little bit. That's okay, you just make the changes as you normally would. And this section is to back up your color scheme and restore it. You won't need this if you're using a preset color scheme from the list, but let's say you made your own customized color scheme. Then a few months down the road, you decide you want to change it. Well, before you make your changes, you want to back up your current color scheme, so you can revert back to it in case you don't like the changes you make. Now once you click the backup button, the colors currently set in the template designer, meaning what you're currently looking at, will be backed up. So this red color scheme is what we're going to back up. And you get a confirmation. Then we can make some changes or even change to a different color scheme. Okay, let's say nothing looks good to me and I want to go back to what I had before, the red color scheme. I click the restore button and it loads it back in. And of course, you still need to click Save Changes to apply it to your website. And down at the bottom, you can add up to 3 custom fonts to your website, but we'll cover that in the next video. So that's it for the template designer.